It has been astonishing, as I imagine many of you agree, that since 9/11, it has taken 3 years just to even get a baseline establishment of what the government's position is on what happened. For the first year or two, we didn't even hear answers to what happened, when, and how. Now things are finally trickling out due to the commitment of, say, widows and other relatives of those who were killed on 9/11. So we have an administration which has shown itself to be incredibly opportunistic and unwilling to open the door to discussion about how they acted before and during 9/11, which means that many, many people, like Paul Thompson and others, have had to do all this legwork themselves. And the media has been rather quiescent. I personally am a skeptic of many of the things that we're going to see here tonight. I think that a lot more has to be done to ascertain what it is. And I don't think you have to go so far as to establish that this was a manufactured event. But clearly what we know already is bad enough. What we know is that the system of security and counterterrorism was blinking red, in the words of George Tenet, that the warnings of an imminent attack were so severe that something dramatic should have been done. It was unparalleled. Instead, our president went on a month-long vacation. And so we know that there was a blind eye turned to the warnings. We also know that in the event of 9/11, the government was incredibly opportunistic, that these same guys who were in PNAC, who were in the American Enterprise Institute, and who were strewn throughout the top level of the government, quickly, within hours, seized on this event to push their pet obsession of invading Iraq, which, as most of you probably know by now, did not have weapons of mass destruction, was not a threat to us, did nothing to do with 9/11. And I'll just end by saying that 42% of Americans in a poll taken this week still believe that Iraq had something to do with 9/11. So that means that we have our work cut out for us to talk to that 42% and say, where is your head? What are you thinking? Can you read this? Can you look at this? Can you think about this again? Because I imagine that all of you are here and this conference is happening because of the internet. 20, 30 years ago, you could not have had this level of response to an event like this without the media taking part. You guys are all part of the media now, and you can all have enormous power by using that and talking to people.